What's up, Doc?
Yes.
Chick chicky boom. Chick chicky boom. Chick chicky boom. You do it better.
Cheeky boom. That's your Nez. You gotta love them, right?
I know you do. You do. I like this Brazilian music in the background. It almost makes me want to have a caipirinha, which is a Brazilian drink.
Well, aren't you fancy with your cocktails?
I'm very fancy. But we're not going to do a caipirinha. Instead, we're going to do a
Bamburana.
Bamburana. This is not from Brazil.
A BAM of a can elaboration.
Oh, can elaboration.
It's a combination from our fine folks at Oskar Blues and Cigar City.
So we've got Colorado meets Tampa.
Meets Tampa.
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure how they meet. You know, what are they? Arkansas? Is that they run into each other somewhere?
We'll go with Texas. Let's go with Texas.
Texas. So this is a potent.
How potent? What's the number? Give me a number.
12.2.
That's a yowza.
Is not a messing around.
So this is bigger than the Dragon's milk.
Bigger than Dragon's milk.
Bigger than Dragon's milk.
Well, it's got more ABV. I don't know if it's bigger. We haven't had it yet.
Okay.
It is a barrel-aged beer. It's barrel-aged in both whiskey and brandy barrels. And for good measure, they throw in some figs, some dates, and some Amburana wood spirals.
Yeah.
And a quick check to the Wikipedia.
What kind of wood?
Amburana wood is a South American wood, and it should import some warm flavors. It's probably a little more vanilla than anything else.
Okay.
So we'll see how it goes. So they put the spirals into the barrels, while they use the barrels of the brandy barrels and the whiskey barrels. The big thing with throwing that in is I believe you need to agitate.
Okay.
So you need to roll the barrels. You got to move the barrels around, so the spirals are actually doing something. If you lay the spirals in the barrel and they just lay at the bottom,
see,
I don't necessarily know they're doing anything.
You and I, because we're always agitated, we would be the men for this job.
I think I may have the wood inside me already. It's doing its job.
It's agitating.
It's properly agitated.
You sure it's not the kids doing that?
Sure.
You sure it's not the kids? Sure. Maybe work will do that to you. All right, I'm gonna do. Let's do the crack on screen, right? Let's do it. Ah, damn nails. Oh, I need a mani petty. There we go.
You need a mani petty.
I need a mani petty. I do.
We just lost 2/3 of the people that are listening.
No, we didn't.
So there's one person left.
See, you don't hang out with enough young folks. They are. They all mani petty, do they? They're very fancy.
That pours like chocolate syrup.
Oh yeah, look at that. Foam's
and that is not even tan foam. That's
dark, baby.
A nice.
You know what that looks like?
Nice.
You don't drink coffee, but you know, like when you've seen espresso.
Sure.
When it comes off the red hot the press.
Love the smell.
And you get the crema.
Not a fan of the flavor.
It looks like the crema on the top of an espresso.
That looks like there's
like
a chocolate syrup can. Just want to shake a little bit out.
You know what this looks like? The alemonger. He had a Mazda 3, and he said in the 4 years or 5 years he owned it, he never changed the oil.
Oh.
So I'm guessing that's what the oil looks like.
This is a Harvey's tune? This is the old engine oil?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
I think that's what it is. And I mean that in the best possible way.
I don't see how you couldn't.
I cannot see through this at all. This is not even
a chance.
No, look at that.
And you hold it up, and
you don't dark, folks.
You don't even get the ruby red on the sides.
No,
you get nothing.
Well, you know what I get? I get a little mahogany.
You don't get nothing. Well, it's
mahogany. How about that? Like a deep dark walnut. Oh, cheers!
Oh, cheers!
Salud.
Can't forget that.
Ooh, good God! That is one rich smelling beer.
See, this has that those figgy notes. To me, this moves towards the barley wine.
Figgy pudding?
Figgy pudding.
This
moves towards
the barley
toffee
pudding? I know I said this before. We're repeating ourselves, folks. I'm sorry.
I'm afraid that this would be
I don't know.
A little too boozy.
Oh, it's 12.2%. So this is going to be like a fine glass of wine.
I'm fine at 12.2%. It's when they move towards the barley wines that I'm not such a big fan. Remember that 6 years or something that Miracle Max brought to the house?
Oh, God, yes.
I could have done without that.
Yeah, that was like when it was an actual barley wine.
It was an actual barley wine.
That was the Sierra Nevada Bigfoot?
That was the Bigfoot, yeah. He dropped it off.
But I like that fresh. He did the aged ones that were like 6 years, and it was a little too figgy.
And it got to be a little too...
It was like jam.
A little too much.
Yeah, it was a bit much. I liked it fresh. Ooh, but there's like a lot of chocolate.
A lot of chocolate, a lot of fig.
I get the dried fruit.
A little bit of brandy, and a lot of vanilla.
It smells pretty good.
Oh, you know, it smells like a meal.
You know what I'm getting? Like the top of a creme brulee, that burnt sugar. You know, I want to get a spoon and I want to just crack it on the top of the.
My grandmother made a fruit cake, and while fruit cakes are in most instances an abomination. She made more like a ginger cake.
Okay.
And it was as black as this. It was this black bread kind of thing she made. Oh, it was fantastic. This smells a bit like that.
Actually, I'm getting the vanilla. The vanilla is really strong.
Yeah.
It's like you took a vanilla bean, you split it right down the middle, and you get that. You get those.
And you zested it. You shaved down the ends.
Yes.
Floated on top. And as long as we're nosing this, the head's just barely dissipating at this point. That's a lot of retention in there.
And it looks pretty thick.
Oh,
I mean, look at the viscosity.
A lot of viscosity.
Of this one. This is like a 10W30.
I think your oil comment might be pretty fair.
Spot on. This is this is like Florida motor oil because it gets hot down here. So you want a thicker oil in the summer, right? Is that how it goes?
You're talking to the wrong guy.
So
Music and cars, I got nothing. Cartoons, sure.
Cartoons. Cartoon. And I'm not going to race him, Tom. No. I'm going to put him at the stud.
Always back to the Godfather. No matter what we do, you somehow find your way.
I couldn't help it.
Back there.
Cartoon. Don't worry, you won't wake up with a horse's head in the middle of the night at your house.
Weirdest thing, I had a ghost in the house last night.
A ghost?
Ghost. Sound asleep. Laying on my right side. I've been told I snore. I've never heard it. I think it's a lie.
I think so too.
So I normally get slapped, kicked, punched, whatever, to roll over, yelled at. I lay down. I'm asleep for what couldn't have been more than 10 minutes. And I felt someone tap the shoulder that was against the bed. Okay. There's no possible way my better half could have finagled her hand in there, because it would just have been like an axe coming across the bed to smash me if there was snoring going on. I think there's ghosts.
Good God.
I think so.
Good God. Ghosts. This is some rich tasting stuff.
I'm going in, and pretty good mouthfeel. It's not as thick as maybe I thought it would be, which is probably good, because if it was really thick, it might be sticky.
It's got a lot of flavor.
Oh my God, the flavors are everywhere.
But it's not coffee. I think it's like a dark chocolate.
At the very, very end, you get a little bit of that 70% dark chocolate. You get a little bit of that. But it never gets to be acrid.
It's not bitter.
You don't get the coffee grounds, the bitterness. It's a fair amount of sweetness up front, which I guess are maybe the figs, the dates.
Could be. But it's not overpowering.
And you certainly get the vanilla all through the middle and into the finish, which is, that's very nice.
This is really, really good. It's almost like a really, really good espresso. But it doesn't have a coffee. It's weird. It doesn't have really a coffee note, but almost like a mochaccino.
I'm a little bit afraid, because at 12.2, this is going down pretty quick.
It is going down.
It's awfully good.
Well, take your time.
Would you call this... you certainly couldn't session this for two reasons. The filling, full flavor, and then the 12.2. With dessert beer?
Oh, absolutely.
Just having one?
I think I would do this in lieu of a dessert. Like if I was at a restaurant, right, and I'm getting into this habit, and I don't like the dessert menu, I'm going whiskey. But with this on the menu, I might just go for this and just enjoy that.
So instead of getting your espresso at the end of the night or a cappuccino,
I would get this.
Go pick this up.
I would go for this. This would be nice. This would be a nice capper for a meal.
This was in your fridge, and we took it out and set it on the counter 20 minutes maybe?
Yeah, about that.
You think it's the right temperature? You think
I think
a little warmer?
No, well, maybe a little warmer. I think it's going to get better as it sits.
Yeah.
I think it's going to get more richer and fuller flavored.
Just wondering. It's just awfully good.
That is really, really nice.
Really well done.
Well, let me see if I can get. Can we try to maybe like walk through like a tasting? So just take a sip. Yeah, definitely get like that really dried fruit. You said there was like brandy barrels or something.
Yeah, use brandy.
You can almost get that. Like you get that dried fruit flavor.
And then plus they put the figs and the dates.
Right.
So you get a little bit of the stone fruit, and then the dried fruit, dried cherries, dried figs, dried dates.
Yeah.
Raisins. What else do you dried pears?
Sure.
No dried banana though. I don't get that.
No, you don't. I like dried bananas. They're good.
But it's.
But from there, like the chocolate and the bourbon flavors kind of come in, like the dark brown sugar, and then that vanilla kind of takes over at the end. And
you almost get like somewhere in there, like a little milk stouty, where it gets to like the boozy shake. It blends kind of everything together, where you get that vanilla, the chocolate, the stone fruits. It's a really nice, well-balanced beer.
Yeah,
it's not one of those flavors one in a row, flavors aren't
complementary. It's come together.
It's a really nice, well-made beer.
I would like to have been on the on the sampling and the tasting and the experimenting. So, okay, we've got a winner.
12.2, be warned.
Gotcha. All right, well, thank you to the fine folks at Oskar Blues and Cigar City.
Cigar City. And Bamburana, it's a winner.
Bam! It's a winner.
If you can find the can, give it a try. It's good. I really like it.
Thank you, folks.